Hey guys, it's your girl Kizzy Rock, and yes, Kizzy Rock is my birth given name. Quick message, guys. This will be quick. I have to go, seriously. But this has been pounding on my mind all day. I was doing something and I was like, well, I'll make a quick recording. I got busy, got distracted, and it came back. I got busy again, and it came back again. So anytime that something's pressing on my spirit like that, I don't care what I got going on. I don't care if I'm rushing. I'm going to make that recording. So I got convicted for keep putting it off. So I'm here to give it to you right quick. I want to share this with you. And this is something I experienced myself just last week. So one of you may need this. Just because whatever you did, created, how can I put it into words what I'm thinking about? Okay, so you got to download in the spirit to do something, to create something, to go somewhere, whatever, right? But it didn't happen the way you thought it would happen. Now, you only got the download in the spirit to create this thing or do this thing or go this place, right? But God never really told you how it was going to take off. But just us, our own human minds, we start to create the narrative. We do what God says do. We create what God says create. We go what God says go. But we don't sit and wait. We create it and then we move. And then us moving is really us creating the narrative. So don't think that is not working or that you didn't hear God correctly. The issue may be, and I stress may, all caps, be God is going to take it and shift it in a different direction. Meaning you heard him right. You created that thing correct. You went to the correct place. You, whatever that thing is. You didn't hear God wrong. You did exactly what you were supposed to do. But Satan will have us in our flesh trying to create a whole narrative that God never intended for it to go that route. And now because it's not going the route that we created, now we're frustrated. Now we think we didn't hear God. And now we want to give up and abort the mission or the process of that thing. And truth of the matter is, yes, God told you to create that thing. But did you sit still long enough to hear him tell you the direction that he wants to take this thing? So there was something I did a week or two, about 2 weeks ago. I wouldn't get into it. But again, I hear God very clearly, right? My downloads are very clear. But again, I'm honest and transparent enough to say sometimes I get ahead of God. A lot of times I get ahead of God. So I start putting my hands in it. So I hear him. He'll tell me to do something. And immediately I do what I created. Do I sit in that thing and be still and wait for him to come back and say, all right, move this way? No, I don't. I create it. And then I'm like, okay, God gave me this idea. So I guess he want me to take it and do it. And now when nothing's happening and the door isn't opening and I'm just all frustrated, I'm like, God, but you told me. He's like, did I tell you to try to create the narrative, or did I tell you to create it? I was like, what? I created it, but I didn't hear from you. So, what? Did you give me time, Kizzy? Did you give me time? And I was like, you're right. So I backed away from that thing, right? Which then allowed me to no longer be frustrated and too much of my flesh about it. And I just left it alone. It's like, okay, it is what it is. I'm not going to delete it because I know I heard from you. I am going to just let it sit. When I took my hands off trying to create the narrative for the thing he told me to create, you know what happened? A door opened and had such great success within that thing. And that door that opened, I would have never, ever, ever in a million years put two and two together that he would use this thing to open that door. I was trying to open a completely different door because I thought it should go that direction. No. We got to be very mindful. Satan is tricky. Satan will have you giving up on projects, giving up on dreams, giving up on visions, giving up on certain things because it's not working. And it's only not working because you're not sitting long enough to hear the direction. So I wanted to share that. That was very heavy. It's been pressing on me all day long. When it happened to me, I just sat there and I laughed. I laughed till I cried. I was like, we be sitting here getting ourselves in so much stress and anxiety and frustration for no reason. For no reason. Only because we keep getting ahead of God. So I wanted to share that with you guys. You guys have a great evening, great night. It's your girl, Kizzy Rock.